All right, she's making the pasta thing today with the fish. I think I'm not 100% sure. I think she's making it with shrimp. That sounds good. How's it looking so far? Okay, bet. Hey guys, welcome back. Thief here from Watching with Thief, and welcome to the Thieves Den Storytime. So this is gonna be a bit of a short one because I got work later. I was gonna do it later on tonight, but I'm not sure if I'll fall asleep when I get home. So yeah, it's kind of a last second thing for me. But the idea is, I like fighting. Like, don't get it twisted. Not in like a, ooh, I'm gonna swing on the first person that look at me sideways thing. No, no, just like in general. I've always liked the idea of combat sports, boxing, MMA, like, and then all the like tournaments for jujitsu, karate, like, and all these like fighting styles. It always sounds cool to me. And obviously, as you guys are aware, some of my favorite games are fighting games: Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Bloody Roar, Mortal Kombat. It's like I grew up on them. I'm a bit biased. I can't help myself. But my thing is like this. I believe in the idea of there is no such thing as a fair fight, at least not in terms of fighting. Like if you're fighting somebody and it's like a tournament, there's rules, regulations, and people, then it's like, yeah, yeah, okay, you fight to a certain extent and it's fine, no big deal. Now, if it's like a regular, everyday, like street fight or brawl of some kind, it's like, yeah, rules go out the window because you gotta focus on yourself, your safety, your health, and your survival. And at the same time, it's like you just have to think. It's like, okay, well, like, what am I supposed to do? And that's the thing that always gets me. It's like some people like they see the movies, right? Because this is always funny. My cousin has a bucket list thing. It's the thing he's always wanted to do. And you would think like, oh, maybe it's go to Disneyland, go on a cruise. He wants to get in the bar fight. Like, and I can already tell you how he thinks it's going to happen. Like, we're going to be minding our own business, right? And then I know when someone's going to come over and be like, hey, you, I don't like your kind around here. Get up. And then he's going to be like, whoa, bro, you don't want these problems. Yes, it's going to sound like a self, get over it. And then the guy's gonna be like, he's gonna refuse to leave. So James gonna have to stand up. He's gonna be like, oh well, you don't want these problems. And he's gonna try to hit him. He's gonna duck it, and then hit him with like a 3-piece like pop 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 combo, drop him. Everyone's gonna start like clapping and cheering me or being like, "Ooh, damn, what star?" And like recording it and everything. And then he's just gonna sit back at the table like, okay, so back to what we were talking about. I'm like, that's probably not what's gonna happen. Because one thing you should never do in a fight is underestimate your opponent. And again, fighting games are actually a good way to indicate that because sometimes it's the most it's the people you don't expect to be trouble that end up being the most. It's like who would you say you struggled more fighting in Def Jam? Was it Fat Joe or was it Flavor Flav? I'm just throwing this out there. I know which one gave me more trouble back in the day. But it's the same thing too, though, because like now you can be like, oh, well, it depends on what the difficulty is and stuff. It's like, yeah, true, but at the same time, if they catch you lacking, they can get in your head. They can do the same combos you can, relatively speaking. But still an interesting thing from time to time to think about because it's just something that's like, oh well, what? Why would you care about getting into a fight? It's like I believe to an extent there's an honor system when it comes to fighting certain people. If it's like a regular fight born of aggression, y'all just jump on each other. It's like, yeah, y'all just going at it like two animals. That's fine. Like, no real rules there. It's just two people swinging. But if you agree to fight someone, somewhere like, all right, you know what? Let's take this outside and just like some gentlemen, right? Then yeah. you can at least be a little bit more like, all right, well, that implies that if you're not gonna fight then and there, that there's going to be some kind of rules, boundaries, or whatever, where it's like, all right, look, like we're gonna scrap, but we're not taking each other's lives or anything. All right, let's not get it twisted. The second one of us gets dropped, says uncle, or gets knocked out, that's it. Fight's over. Going about business. I get bragging rights for the day, and you get to like nurse your wounds later. And it's a real weird thing to think about too, because no one really fights anymore. Like everyone's so quick to just, start blasting. I have a top fans category now. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, it's like I don't know what it is now. People are just like every time I see a video nowadays of people about to get in a fight, someone just pulls a weapon. It's just like, dude. And here's the thing: afterwards, they'll brag about like, yeah, we won. It's like we or like I won. It's like you didn't win the fight, like because you never fought. You pulled a gun out, which honestly is like general. That's some huge punk shit right there. It's like you look like a bitch. It's like instead of squaring up to this person mano a mano, win or lose, you stepped up to him. Fine. You got your licks in. He got his licks in. He just came out on top during that fight. It's like, all right, that's one thing. He didn't win untouched and unscathed. He didn't perfect you, right? But then if it's like, oh, you got to fight somebody, and then they pull a weapon on you, and just start going, bah. It's like, oh, well, that was way more of an escalation than it needed to be. And that's the thing too. It's just like it's like, oh, cool. You just shot at someone. You just killed someone. Now you're going to jail, especially if someone has it on video, because more than likely they probably did. And now it's like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. It's like you went, you reached for it. What are you gonna say? Oh, I was scared. Scared of what? Catching an ass woman? Shouldn't have went to go fight him. Now if you were trying to avoid a situation and they actively refuse to get out of your way, or let you leave in peace or whatever, that's one thing. Like if they were puppy guarding the entrance or whatever, like pacing back and forth, like the second he comes out here, oh, I'm gonna be on his knot, right? Oh, sorry, that's my alarms. But when stuff like that happens, it's like, oh, okay, so let me get this straight. Y'all had an argument because like, oh, he spilled your drink and then apologized, and you felt some kind of way about it. Like that's all fine and dandy and everything, but at the same time, it's like you didn't have to. It's like you guys watch the Boondocks, right? I would assume, right? I know a few of the people that are subscribed here watch the Boondocks or have watched the Boondocks. Let me rephrase that, right? And there's a scene where like Granddad gets in a fight with Colonel Stinkmeaner, and during that scene, he just goes like he trains and everything to whoop this old man, only to find out later that he wasn't some like Negro samurai. He was just like like he would say, he was a blind old man who got lucky. After that, he would immediately try to stop the fight, but by that point it was too late. Granddad beat him to death, and even Riley was like, "Damn, Granddad, you didn't have to kill him." Now, Granddad was gonna go to jail for a bit after that, but they, they made a loophole to where it was okay. And yeah, even afterwards, he apologized or prayed. He was like, "Forgive me, or forgive us for taking this man's life." And it's something that I'm kind of just like, I mean, fair enough. Like you didn't mean, but even then, it's like you didn't mean to do it, sure. But even then, you did. That's something that like that it happened. You can't say it didn't. Can't really go back on it. It's like that was just something that happened. Oh, can't even say over and done with because other stuff happened afterwards. But it's always gonna be interesting. Oh, hold on one second. Gotta do something quick. Mm, mm. Sorry about that. I'm back. But yeah, no, like there's a lot of like again, stuff can escalate. Alcohol, peer pressure, crowd, especially if there's women around. Sometimes if you're a dude, you don't want to lose a fight in front of a pretty lady. It's like, but I mean, sometimes stuff just happens. It's called having some sense of like shame. It's like it's never supposed to be a good thing. But then, like when you think of like, oh, okay, what about like, like people are like, oh, it's like gladiator combat. No, it's not. Because even in ancient Rome, it's like, yeah, the people that fought didn't have a choice. They were slaves. They were forced to fight as gladiators. And it's like, yeah, it's either you die in the arena or we kill you for not listening to us. So, your pickings are slim there. Which is also funny because one of my favorite shows ever was Spartacus. But at the same time, even they show that it's like, yeah, this isn't for everybody. Some people are just like, yeah, I can't do this. And then they just get cut down. It's like, you're forced to do it. You're forced to do it. You're forced to do it to adapt, to survive, to get better. And it's just like, but even then, it's like, it usually costs something. Like, your life. There we go. But I also think of that one scene from Friday where it was like, you live. You live to fight another day. Which, I mean, which I'm just kind of like, yeah, I appreciate that. That's always something cool to look at or to think about at least. So one of my friends just messaged me. He's like, "What are you doing?" Live streaming. Goofy man. Oh, that reminds me. We gotta do the Adventure Quest words later, or Adventure Quest. Yeah, we do it. But regardless, that's something where it's like, okay, it's all about de-escalation. Real life dating with strange girls nearby. No, thank you. How weird. All right. But that's the thing. It's like not every fight has to be like a life or death struggle. You can do it for like competition's sake. And I'm not even talking about like going to a tournament or whatever. I mean straight up, just like you just want to test yourself. You want to fight someone kind of like Goku. You want to fight stronger people. You want to see where you stack up against them. How much damage you can deal on them with these knuckles of yours, like stuff like that. And I'm like, that's perfectly fine. Again, it's not because you have malice in your heart or you're trying to like actively go out of your way to hurt people. It's kind of just like, no, I think I just want to see where I stack up against this other person, roughly around my size, weight, build, maybe even stronger than me. It's like, or faster, or more skilled. It's like I want to see how long I can last, if I can hang with them or not. And yeah, maybe it's a pride thing where it's like you don't want to lose. It's like fine, but you might not have a choice. Also, if you guys are wondering what I'm drinking, it's a Body Armor Flash IV. Uh, usually good for rehydration and stuff. So, and then it's just one of those things of like, why not? Like at the end, I was gonna say nobody gets hurt, but that's a lie. That's a big lie. No, but like realistically, it's one of those things of like, I mean, look, I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Nobody likes the idea of getting punched in the face, like at all. But it's something that you have to think about, or it's like, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs, so to speak. You know what I mean? And the idea with that is just like it's your. How do I word this properly? Like you're actually, yeah, I know. You're basically knocking fear out of yourself because everyone has that initial fear of getting punched in the face. Because that's why some people don't like confrontation because they're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't think I want to say something to that person. They might hit me, and that shit's gonna hurt." It's like, yeah, but after you get hit, if it doesn't outright drop you, you might just be like, "Okay, wasn't as bad as I initially expected. Like, it doesn't feel pleasant, but it was like, it's alright. It's not too bad. Like, I'm A-okay in that sense, right? And then, like, because that was when me and my roommate used to spar. That was a thing that we both kept like pushing our head back when we were trying to get in close to swing at each other because it was like even when my friend said the same thing, he's like, y'all both are acting scared, not of each other, but like of just getting punched in the face. The second we both actively got hit after that, I was kind of just like, okay, I think I know what he's talking about now. Like I'm not that freaked out about it no more. And obviously, the bigger the person doing it, the bigger the fist. So, I get it. It's a scary thought, but it's like after it happens, it's not so bad no more, As weird as that sounds. But I think a lot more people should at least. I'm not saying they should fight. That's not what I'm saying. Like violence should be like a last resort kind of thing. If you can't just hash it out or just go about your business, right? But everyone should at least know how to fight, or at least get into one fight in their life, like a legit fight. I'm not talking like a little tussle where y'all pushing and like pushing and grappling each other before someone breaks up. I mean, like, no, y'all both need to just start swinging because now, especially nowadays, and how people are online, it's like people are way too. What's the word? How do I say? It's like they hide behind a screen, anonymity and stuff. It's like they are way too relaxed in regards to how they talk to people nowadays. And this actually kind of people say the most messed up stuff and be like, "What are you gonna do about it? You don't know who I am. You don't know where I am. You can't do nothing." It's like they are way too cool with not getting socked in the mouth for talking back. And honestly, they shouldn't. They should be like they should be more like I'm not gonna say scared, but they should just be more. Like, you should understand it's like actions have consequences. You say something, but that's the thing. It's like because of social media and like all this other stuff you can do to hide where you are and what you're doing. It's like, yeah, people will say the most messed up stuff to you and be like, well, they'll never know it's me. They'll never know I did. But nowadays, you can fuck with people. You can show them their IP address and be like, oh, you live over here? You live on this street? This is your IP right here? This right here? So you're in this area. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. And then they get real quiet. It's like, yeah, you know I could do that, did you? Ooh. But no. Ultimately, fighting is fun, but it's also very situational. If I had to pick my favorite characters, though, when in regards to like fighting games and stuff, I would say Street Fighter. I'd pick Ryu and Juri if I had to go like that. Soul Calibur, I would pick Killick and Ivy. Tekken, I would pick Kazuya and Anna. And then with Mortal Kombat, I would have to go with. I'm gonna go with Scorpion. I really like Johnny Cage, especially some of his newer stuff, but I'll stick with Scorpion and Melina. If I can't pick her, then I'd pick Jade. If I can't pick Jade, then I'd pick like Sonya, which is weird because two of them aren't even in the new game. Alright, and then if I had to, let's see, Mortal Kombat, Def Jam, I'd just say my guy because I don't use anyone else, and I guess yeah, I'll go with Kimura. Bloody Roar, you already know the boy you go, and then for female characters, probably Jenny actually. Like I don't really use Alice like that. Ooh, see, here's the thing. I kind of dropped some of those games like Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, but I kind of want to jump back in. Not really because of the DLC, but just because I haven't played it in a while, and I'm starting to get that like fighting game itch, if that makes sense. Especially with Sparking Zero and stuff. I kind of just want to like just jump on and just start throwing mitts again, because I feel like I'm losing my skills, like I'm getting rusty. I haven't Jaguar stepped in forever. But I don't know. That's the tricky part, is that I have no clue. Like, because I know when I jump in, I'm going to be so out of practice and it's really going to piss me off. But, oh, that'll be interesting. You know what? Yeah, why not? I got a whole list of games too. I got Injustice. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick some time, put some time aside, and I'm gonna jump in. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. Ooh, okay. All right. I have an idea now. Oh, it's gonna be great. Okay. I'll start with Sparking Zero, jump back into that. Then I'll jump back into Tekken because I heard Anna came out and I want to try her again. And then I'll do Street Fighter 6 because I haven't played it in forever. Like I said, don't want to be rusty. Also, I never maxed out everyone's stuff, so I should probably go do that at some point. And then, yeah, just play it by ear from there, actually. Oh, this is great. I have a plan now. Oh, this is going to be so good. Alright, I gotta start getting ready for work. I'll put out an actual set of videos later. It's just that my schedule's been kind of tight as of late because I've had no time to myself. So when I try to make time, it's usually it has to be after work or when I'm off. So we'll see how this goes.